Okay, guys, welcome to the Yanqing Global Symposium 2025 info session. And this is going to be the Europe and Africa session. So great to have you guys here. Um, so we're just going to talk about how this is co-hosted, and we'll pass the floor over to European Guanxi.
Hello, everyone. Hi. It's a pleasure to have you all here. As you can see from this slide, this event is co-hosted and the European Guanxi is really enlightened by this event. The European Guanxi is a non-profit organization dedicated to fostering the dialogue and analysis of the European Union-China sessions and relations. And obviously, our mission is to deepen the understanding of China and promote the engagement by amplifying opportunities of China, focused discussions, and first-hand experiences. So we are very happy and very glad to have this opportunity today to discuss the commitment to connecting with the young people. And now I leave the floor to you, to the Yanqing Global Symposium 2025. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we'll introduce ourselves. So hi, my name is Grace. I am the public relations for Yanqing Global Symposium, and I will be doing more of the international side. And then I have my co-director who also does the Chinese side.
Hi everyone, my name is Nella and I'm Director of Delegate. So I'm going to share some tips for you today and how to make your application stand out.
So before we get into that, we're going to be talking about what YGS is. And if you have joined our info session, then we are assuming that you already know what YGS is, but just a brief overview. It is the flagship event that is hosted by Yanqing Academy of Peking University. And we really want to provide a platform that allows both emerging leaders from all around the world, different continents, to engage in these dialogues about China-related issues. So some of the important things to know about YGS 2025 is that our date of the symposium is from the 17th to the 20th of April. It's going to be in China, of course. And then the theme is fortitude, navigating the tides of change. And just some things that we offer you, of course, it's academic symposium. It's going to have a load of academic panels and with really prestigious speakers who are from different educational backgrounds and different themes. And we're going to also have you guys explore China and to hear about like different social events and cultural activities so that when you're in China, you get to experience what China's culture is like. And then, of course, for you to learn about what YCA is, the Yanqing Academy, and this 2-year master's program if you're interested to apply in the future, but also to establish friendships with people from all around the world at this symposium. So this is just some photos from the previous YGSs that have happened. And yeah, you can see this talks and panels about, this one was when they brought in athletes from Chinese athletes to come in and speak. This was when we were unfortunately online, but that will not happen in 2025. And then, of course, the social events of YGS.
Okay, and here we go to the application stages and deadline. Please mind, we have 2 application deadlines, and the first one is our early bird, which ends soon. It's 19th of December. Please mark it. And we also have a second stage, which is the 2nd of January. So please make sure that you are meeting this deadline. We don't want you to lose your application. Also, applications will be screened on a rolling basis, so apply as early as you can, and we will notify successful applicants only no later than March 2025. Please, you may consider your application as successful if you don't get any email on your either institutional or your personal mailbox. What we are looking for in our applicants, we are looking for your enthusiasm and for your motivation. Please show us your desire and your passion to China. And our prior applicants demonstrated great willingness to be in China, to learn about China while being in China. And also, I want to stress that double, triple check that you are meeting all of the eligibility criteria, which are listed on our official website. And also, please do address our FAQ page on the official website. Trust us, there is more than you think. What we are not looking in our applicants, we will start with a weak amount of English. Guys, you are expected to contribute activity during our panels, discussions, and sharing. That's why we're asking for the proof of English proficiency tests. Also, we want to see your story. We want to listen to your story. So all our content of the application must be of your own work. Don't use AI-generated models. We want to see your creativity. Also, YGS reserves the right to suspect any AI-generated content and dismiss the application without notifying the applicant. So also mind that. And my personal tip for you is it's not only us who are choosing you, it's only you who are choosing YGS. So make sure and think how YGS can contribute to your career or academic. Think how YGS can help you and write about that. Continue on that. I will also address to our FAQ page. Please read it carefully. Be selective, be bold, be creative. Think what everything from your experience can relative to our symposium. Also, be bold with your short answers, be laconic. We want only 1 minute video essay from you. So make sure that you're delivering everything that you want to. And submit application early. Trust on all this. We don't want to lose your application. And we're wishing you best of luck. And now I'm giving the floor to the European ones.
Thank you. Thank you very much a lot for all the information. And now, with all that in mind, we move to the second part, let's say, of the session, which is an honor for me. I'm actually now really delighted to introduce you to our two distinguished speakers for today's session. We'll have their experiences as delegates in the 2024 symposium and reflect on what makes the YGS such a transformative experience. We will also later have a Q&A session at the end, so please feel free to jot down any question as we go along, and we will address them in the second half. Briefly about our speakers, we have Siana Kazi and Gabriele Faccio. Let's start with Gabriele Faccio. Gabriele Faccio has just completed his master in international relations at the Earth School in Berlin. And having spent an exchange semester at the Fudan University in Shanghai, he focuses on international relations in East Asia, with a particular focus on China. And currently, he is working at the Global Forum on cyber expertise in the ocean. So now I just pass on to our speaker, Gabriele. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to help European GONC and also YCAYGS Global Symposium Selection Committee in all of this. So basically, very briefly, my experience last year, I applied because at that time I came back from Fudan University, Shanghai in China. And so I wanted to keep learning about China, connecting with people, students in China, and also to discuss a little bit more about China. So I applied for this reason to the YCAYGS Global Symposium, and it was really the case where we were able to actually meet a lot of people from YCAYGS, but also from other universities, both in China, but also from around the world. And it was very, very interesting. And of course, I'm not part of the organizing committee, but I can confirm that everything was covered. So accommodation was covered. We were basically hosted in a hotel, so very, very nice. And we were also able to have some free time on our own. Then also all the meals were covered with a lot of Beijing food, so very local. That was very nice. And at the end of the conference, we also had a very big banquet huge buffet with a lot of like local foods. Also looking forward for this again, and but also much more on like more serious side. We also had a lot of like workshops with people from the industry in China, from the academia in China, but also from outside China. And it was also very interesting because we had like some events, some workshops with speakers from, for example, the Schwarzman program, but also Peking University in general, and also from Hong Kong University. So it was also very nice to like hear from and connect with people from other leading programs in China. So if you're interested in all of this like ecosystem and all of the debates that are around, it's very interesting. And also we were able like to discuss a little bit of like some success stories from, for example, the electric vehicle market in China, of course. So it can be very, very interesting if you like in this field, and to learn best practices. And also if you're a fan or a student of China studies, it's very interesting because you can connect with very like leading experts, both Chinese but also non-Chinese people and professors that are actually studying China from different perspectives. So I think I recall like a professor that's actually mentioned like a poem from Song Dynasty about the fact of being able to study your subject, the subject of your research from different perspectives. So actually being at the global symposium is like, I think it was a very good chance to actually observe, let's say, China in this case, from a closer point of view, but also remaining a little bit far away enough to understand the complexity and to discuss with everyone. And so very, very nice also because on the sidelines, I think it was the last day, but we had like some workshops. For example, there was like a dragon boat. I attended like a Chinese writing session, and also, but we were actually, there were so many workshops and courses available, of course, for free, that like you could also maybe jump from one to the another. So of course, maybe the organizers were not happy with that, but like it was so nice that we could also meet not only with the scholarly debate in China, but also with like culture, and so it was an amazing experience. I think then we also got a lot of pictures, so it's also nice if you want then to. And of course, if you're interested in what they're doing and debating at Yenching, at Peking University, if you're interested in, for example, to apply for next year to they mentioned the Yenching program, but also you want to prepare for September, if you're coming to Yenching, it's a very great opportunity because you can, I think, learn a lot, meet a lot of people, other young fans and enthusiasts of China, and yes. I'm very happy to connect and discuss. So feel free to reach out on LinkedIn or also to European Guangxi to have my details. And yeah, I'm happy to also receive questions.
Thank you, Gabriele, very much. Thank you a lot. I'm sure that there will be some questions for you. And later, I will also attach if it's okay for you, I will attach also your LinkedIn profile in the chat so that everyone can see it and ask directly to you all the questions. Now we have another speaker, Siana Kazi. Siana Kazi holds a bachelor from the Free University of Berlin, where she studied East Asian Studies. And currently, she's a Yenching Scholar at Peking University with a focus on business management and East Asia. Siana previously interned at the Bulgarian Embassy in China and in the Bulgarian Development Bank with a focus on Sino-European and Sino-Bulgarian relations. So it is an honor for us to listen to Siana, and I know that she will reach us in a few moments. In the meantime, maybe we could already address some of the questions for Gabriele Faccio, if it's okay. I see that there are already some questions in the chat. So maybe we can, in the meantime that we're waiting for Siana, respond to these. For example, let's begin from the first. Mati Valencia asks how much creativity will be taken into consideration for the video submission, and will the committee focus more on the content? So maybe, Gabriele, you can say something about that.
Sorry. So actually, last year, I'm not sure we were like, we needed like to submit a video. So I think I'm not like the best in position for answer this question. Maybe also people from YCAYGS Global Symposium Committee can answer this.
Sure.
Yes.
Let me address this question. While we do appreciate and focus on the context of your video, we will also encourage you to be creative. To what extent, it's up to you. And this is how you can show your creativity. So please try to balance all of these aspects, and we will see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I may, like, just to add anything, I think, yes, you have to show in your application that you're really interested. You maybe can bring something, yeah, to the program.
Okay, perfect. Then there is a question for you, Gabriele, coming from Hadit from Indonesia. He is a recent fresh graduate, and he asks if he can still apply in this program.
I think it's still a question from the selection committee, but but I think, yeah, because I'm not part of the selection committee, I'm like a former student, let's say, of YCAYGS Global Symposium, but I think, yes, I was not like I was still studying my master at that time, so yeah, maybe the
Okay.
committee can maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I can go ahead and address questions. So all students starting from their final year of bachelor's degree are eligible to apply. So if you're fresh graded and you're ready for the bachelor degree, we encourage you to apply. As the short answer.
Perfect. And maybe we can go on to the next question, which talks about the proof of English. Should it be necessarily be TOEFL or any other test, or it can be something else like proof of studying, etc.
Okay, as Evan mentioned earlier, please address the official website and check, triple check all of our eligible criteria, because we only accept English proficiency tests from IELTS, TOEFL, and CET and TS for Japanese scholars. So please make sure your English proficiency test is listed there. Unfortunately, all of our eligible criteria are not negotiable.
The next question is talking about, thank you for sharing your experience. Your question is about people without a background in international studies. Are they also eligible to apply?
Of course, we do encourage people from different diverse backgrounds because we want to learn your perspective. And if you don't have any prior background in AR, we are looking for that. Last year, I think I can talk a little bit about that. We had a delegate who was an astrophysicist, and it was a great opportunity for others to learn about that sphere. So we do encourage different people from diverse backgrounds.
Perfect. And with that being said, I think our next past delegate has just arrived, Siana.
Hello, guys. I'm so sorry. There was some technical issue. I wasn't able to get in.
No problem.
Don't worry, Sienna. We are very glad to hear from you. So previously, let's say, presented you a little bit, but we can sum up and say that we are very glad to have you here, since you are actually currently a YCAYGS scholar at Peking University with a focus on business management and East Asia. So now I just pass on to you.
Great. I just have a few words, like a little introduction about myself. I'm from Bulgaria. My name is Siana Kazi. I was a YGS delegate in 2024. So in this previous symposium, and now I am a Yenching scholar. I got accepted into Yenching Academy before getting accepted to YGS. So I was able to meet my fellow cohorters, people from the 9 cohort, form a little bit of friendships during the YGS. And yes, now I have started my current studies at Yenching Academy. So a little bit about my experience during the YGS. It was a very useful experience since I was able to meet a lot of the people before coming to China. And I think we have presented a little presentation that I'm not currently able to see, however, so that I know how to speak on the slides. Are the other participants able to see the slides? Okay, cool. However, I am not. Okay, so from just a second so that I know what to follow. Yes, so I think it was a very good experience for me participating in the Yenching Global Symposium because some of the panels, such as the one connected to climate change leadership and AI, are actually things that I'm currently involved with and that I'll be pursuing in one of the courses, in one of the field trips that is China in Transition. I was able to meet some of the people presenting, such as Caroline Zhang. She's also a fellow Yenching scholar. She was a Yenching scholar in 2021. So I was able to talk to her personally after the presentation, after the panel she gave. And now I think I will be actually trying to get in touch with her right now following my research interest. For the other panel that I found incredibly useful and incredibly insightful, it was the panel on climate change leadership, since Janos Pastor was one of the people presenting. He is a former UN Assistant Secretary General for climate change, and it was very interesting to see his point on how China is trying to transform, how China is trying to take a lead in climate change. And I guess for a lot of like the people coming from Europe, those two topics are very, very prominent and very current since the European Union is actually trying to take the lead in climate change and mitigation of current CO2 emissions. Those were the two panels I found mostly very useful for my interest right now. Besides this, a lot of the people that were involved in the YGS were able to actually talk to the presenters and find useful connections, since a lot of the since in order for you to conduct research in China, you do have to meet the people, since information is sort of like a black box. So you have to actually have connections in order for you to, if you're actually like interested in researching China. Besides this, I think YGS was very useful in regards to your first steps into China and getting to know China a little bit better. I think a lot of like the cultural activities that were organized were very they were a very good addition to the academic side. We were able to go to Hohai. There was a an event organized by the Dragon Boat team in PKU, and we were all able to try Dragon Boat for the first time in the actual Hohai that is like a very big lake in Beijing. None of us drowned in the lake, which was great. And I think this was like one of the most eventful things for me during the YGS because I've never tried Dragon Boat before, even though I was in beta before that. And it was like a very interesting experience. Besides this, a lot of the nights we were able to go out, really talk to each other, get to know each other, try to understand where are other like people coming from, what are their research interests, and why they like chose to participate in the YGS. So overall, I think it was like a very good experience in the sense that you're really given this opportunity to come to China and to experience China for a few days. There were a lot of people who were who have been previously to China, but there were a few of the participants that have never been. So it was like a really, it was a great first experience in Beijing, for which I'm very grateful for the organizers of the previous YGS. And overall, my participation in the Yanqing Global Symposium really provided some incredible and valuable moments, whether it was from the academic side, from like the panels such as like artificial intelligence or climate change. The discussions we were involved with were, I think, have direct implication for a lot of like European Chinese relations right now. And I think for like a lot of the participants, it would be very interesting to actually get to participate and collaborate with other people from all over the world. So that's pretty much my overall experience from YGS last year. I would encourage all of the participants to really try to rest as much as possible because it's very intense. It's 3 days. You have back-to-back lectures in the morning and in the afternoon, and then you go out in the evenings. You go, so you go to bed very late. You have to wake up early. So this is incredibly stressful. But I think it was overall like a very worth it experience, and I did form some friendships, and I have actually to this day some friends from YGS, whether from the 9 cohort or from participants from all over the world.
Wow.
Well, thank you a lot, Siana, actually, for all the valuable insights and for your personal experience. Wow, it was very, very nice. If it's okay for you, just as I did for Gabriele earlier, I will attach in the chat your LinkedIn link so that people might also contact you privately and directly to have some questions. And as said before, for the audience, we'd love to hear from you. So if you have some other questions for Siana and for Gabriele, please feel free to submit them through the chat or just raise your hands so that you can speak one after the other. Thank you.
Perfect. Yes. Thank you so much to the past delegates for sharing their experience. And now we will just quickly go into the Q&A. So yes, just as Dave just said, we will put in any questions that you have, whether it's to the past delegates or for applications. So the first one that we will start with is, do you need to know any Chinese? Now, this symposium is mostly focused in English. The medium is in English. So what is required is English proficiency. So Chinese is not a must, but it is also a little boost in your application if you can speak Chinese, if you're learning Chinese, as it is dealing with Chinese and China in general. Yep, so the next question is that the symposium is held in April, yes, and I'll be in my final year of uni. Am I already ineligible?
Yes, I think my answer is yes, because you need to be on your final year of education to take part in the symposium.
Yeah. So you are able to apply. Just make sure that your exams do not interfere with the symposium because that might cause you not be able to graduate. But yes, you are able to apply. So the next question is this one. We are recognized as an English-speaking country,
Philippines. Yeah.
Philippines. So the TOEFLs or the IELTS is not really popular, or is there need for this? Will this affect my application?
Would you like to address that?
Sure. So as long as your English is up to standard, it's good, there shouldn't be any problem with this. They might in your application later on request for some type of document, whether you took your university degree in English or you have any way of proof of your English proficiency. This might be required later on in your application, but it does not affect your application. For as an English speaking country, you know how to speak English and you communicate daily in English.
And also, I'm seeing another question. Is there any difference for those who submit the application in the early bird deadline, or it's all the same with those who submit in the standard deadline? Well, we accept applicants on a rolling basis, so early is definitely better. And also, an early bird is a chance to demonstrate your enthusiasm and time management abilities, and it also gives you an ample space to if things go wrong. So we highly encourage you to apply early.
Thank you guys for your questions. Keep them coming. Hi, is the opportunity fully funded? Yes. YGS is fully funded all the way from your application, all the way from your accommodation, flights, food. The only thing that you do need to apply for and sort out yourself is your visas. However, YGS do offer the letter of invitation for you to apply for these visas, but everything else is fully funded. So there's no harm in applying. Apply, try your best. And the worst thing that can happen is that your application doesn't go through. But the best thing that can happen is that you can come and enjoy YGS. And just like as the past delegates have expressed, how much fun it is, how much you learn from it, and how it can help you in your future career. Yeah. Next question is, hello, hi. How high is the possibility to be accepted if I've never taken an English proficiency test, but my English is really fluent? I think as well with the video portion of the application, this also is demonstrating your English proficiency. So I don't think this is something you need to worry about as you are confident in your English ability. Do you think
Yeah, I think we will see on the responses because we
Mm.
have 4 small essay questions.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
The next question, what about the visa? Does the program take care of the fees or us? Yes, so we do offer, like I just mentioned, the letter of invitation for you to apply for the visa. However, the visa does have to be taken care by you.
I have a question.
Actually, this video application section is new to this year. So actually the past delegates did not do any video applications, but do you guys happen to have any suggestions when answering these questions, implementing your past experience and your education to your application?
Sienna, do you want to go first?
You can go first if you'd like. I'll follow up.
Okay, so I think as I mentioned before, maybe mentioning what you can bring to the table during the conference, because of course at some point you have to debate topics. Of course, all like the discussions are very accessible. That's what I wanted to reiterate, maybe, that although we have very, very high level topics and high level speakers, if you're like debating about electric vehicles and maybe also some technicalities of that market, it's still very accessible. Then you also have, for example, other topics. So don't worry about like your preparation in terms of what I know about that and that specific topic. Just try to demonstrate that you're very interested to learn, that maybe based on your experience, you want to bring this and that to the table again. And of course, yeah, I think it's very, very nice because you're like, you will be surrounded by people that want to learn from you. And so also like you can make a lot of questions during the workshop. So it's very accessible, but and yes, I don't know what to add actually.
Yeah, I would also like to add that a lot of the people are quite friendly and quite easy to approach. So whatever questions you have, or if you want to actually engage in further discussions even after the panels, people are like very easy to talk to. And they all have like this mindset that we're all here to learn. So I think however much you know, or you can it doesn't really matter how much you're able to contribute as long as you're willing to really participate and learn.
Yeah, we completely agree with what they mentioned. Yeah. Okay, next question. I have two IELTS certificates, but both of them will be expired. Is that a problem?
Actually, it's not a problem. Please make sure that you attach that document, and your certificate is no older than 5 years from your last submission.
Thank you. For the next question is, what are you looking for in an applicant?
Well, I will let myself and repeat everything that I've mentioned before. Major things we are looking for: enthusiasm, your motivation, your drive, your passion, your willingness to learn and encounter with young leaders from all over the world. And also, we do encourage and challenge strong leadership qualities, and as well as your ability to express your arguments thoughtfully.
And this is also everything that delegates will have in common.
Yeah, absolutely. Person's coming.
Sorry. What is the acceptance rates like for individuals from China compared to those from other countries?
All applications will be evaluated fairly by the jury, regardless of an applicant's nationality.
Yeah, but if we can add that maybe last year at least there were representation from so many countries, so from all over the world. So it was very, very international indeed.
Yeah, so the last question that we see is what kind of topics and panel discussions will be in YGS 2025. This will be released soon.
Yes,
And
stay tuned.
To our social medias. Make sure you're following our social media. Make sure you have our bell notification on and like all of our posts so that you get notified when we are going to release all of this. But it will be coming very, very soon. I should be very excited.
And don't forget to check out our official website.
And our website, yes. And as well, if you do have any further questions, we have our FAQs, which is done extremely well. We really prioritize making sure we had an extensive FAQs so that we can answer all of your potential questions. So if you have any questions, we first direct you there. And then if you have any follow-up questions or specifics, then you can reach out onto our email address.
Yeah, which is YJS_delegate@pku.edu.cn.
So yeah, this is where you can apply our application period. But remember, the early bird is super important. And then here's our email address. If you have any more questions, feel free to put them in the chat box and we'll be happy to answer them. And as well, if you have any specifics for the delegates too. Not too late. Nope, you're not
Not
too
too
late.
late.
And also don't forget to add the past delegates on their LinkedIn post. If you go up and see European Guanxi, they put both Sienna's and Gabrielle's in the chat.
Yes, maybe we can send another message with both links so that everyone can have a look.
Good idea.
Thank
you. I missed the presentation with the record upload in any platform. Yes, we're going to be putting it on our website and also hopefully on our YouTube. So you can go back and rewatch these later. When is the deadline for the early bird?
The early bird ends at 19th of December, so make sure to put it in your calendar.
Well, yeah, if anyone has any more burning questions, we'd love to hear it. But I just want to say thank you to all of the past delegates who've come, to Yuping Guanxi for co-hosting this event as well, and sharing their tips and advice and tricks and everything for you guys, for applicants. And thank you for everyone who has decided to come and to watch us and to hear more about applications. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys next year, hopefully, and your applications as well. If you have any more questions in regards to this is your time. You have us here, we have time. And yeah, I just hope you guys are successful and yeah, get to experience YGS, come to China, fully funded, educational, and get to grow a lot and see like how this will help your future. Yeah. Oh, okay. So when you click on the application, before you even start to apply or go into the next page, you will have a descriptive of everything that is required in the application. It gives your questions, it gives what we're looking for in the video essay and everything, even before you start applying. So that should be giving you the questions for that.
Absolutely. Everything is listed.
Just a few minutes.
We will have time to explore China during the 3 days. Our social activity team is working its best to make sure that you will be able to explore China within our social activities during the symposium.
Yeah. We have a lot of exciting things coming up.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
Yeah, same. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. But just like Sienna said, make sure you rest before you
Yes.
come because it will be intense, but so worth it.
You're gonna spend the evenings and free time with a lot of people from Yanqing Academy. So other students from Yanqing Academy. So you also get to know like Beijing in a proper way. We were able to go to some bars. So yeah, you can definitely visit China or Beijing, let's say in this way.
Okay, I think that's everything. But yeah, we just want to re-emphasize everything again. Apply sooner than later. The early bird closes on the
19th of December.
So make sure you get your applications in before then. And if you have any more questions, first and foremost, go to our FAQ section, and then any more burning questions you can check out on our email. And so I just want to thank you guys again for coming and appreciate you guys. And yeah, this is the end of the info session, last and final one. And yeah, see you guys hopefully 2025.
See you.
And thank you again to European Guanxi for co-hosting this event, and thank you for our past delegates for sharing your experience.
Thank you for all the precious information and to our speakers, Siana and Gabriele, for sharing their valuable experiences with us. And again, I also want to thank and express my appreciation to all of you, our audience, for attending and engaging with us today. And I wish you all the best of luck in your applications.